Hello and welcome to this Cosy Gaming stream. Now, I'm Christian and I have my lovely colleague with me, Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello. Hello. How are you all?
I don't know about everyone in the chat. I'm grand. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat. It's typical. I have been final day, come on stream. I'm like, you know what it's like. So, Cosy Gaming, Sam.
Yes, I'm
Cozy,
ready.
isn't it?
I am so ready.
There's a few people in the chat. So, everybody in the chat, the first thing we would like you to do, if you would like to oblige, is decide who is going to show their cozy game first, be it myself or Sam. So we'll let you decide that in chat and we'll come back to that bit in a little bit. So cozy gaming. So as we are, we're master trainers, we're going to look at cozy games that are available on Game Pass. So everything we look at today is going to be available on Game Pass. So if you've got an active membership, you're not going to have to pay any extra to go and download anything. They're going to be ready to play. Oh, I've just seen this pop in the chat, and you will like this, Sam, I'm sure.
The hoodie looks seriously cozy. So we had this discussion beforehand, and I wanted to be super cozy. Little did I realise is that I currently look like a nocturnal vapor controller, which is very much a similar mottled green colour. So I feel like dressed for the cozy occasion, and it works.
You do, and exactly what I said to you earlier, wasn't it? I was like, why does that hoodie look familiar? It looks like a controller. Now, I take offence. I'm equally as cozy. I'm just cozy from the waist down.
Living for the comfort.
On. Exactly. So, cozy gaming. We're going to look at cozy gaming in a minute. A few questions to everybody in the chat. What's your go-to cozy game as well? We'd love to know that. Yes, we do. Mine are not brand compliant, so I can't show you.
I'm not feeling the slippers, I'll be honest. This room gets incredibly warm incredibly quickly, especially when I've got both a game and a PC streaming.
Yeah.
It gets a bit warm, so I'm currently feeling the heat a bit. But it was worth it to look like a controller again.
You should switch the camera off and have an outfit change about halfway through.
That'd be good.
So, Sam, since we were last on stream, what game have you been playing since we were last on stream?
So I've been doing a few things outside of work, which has somewhat limited my game time, sadly. But my go-tos for quick play and not getting too deep into anything, I'd probably go straight for Overwatch. So I'd grab the crew. I can see some of the crew in chat. Grab the crew. We'll go on Overwatch, have a few games in. If I wanted something a little bit longer, more time-consuming, very much like later tonight, I picked Sea of Thieves, which recently I was told it's gone. It's not PvP. You've got different modes now, which is really good. And we were speaking before stream that this now falls into my cozy gaming category because I don't have to worry an awful lot about having my ship taken from me full of loot. Which was my main bugbear and doesn't make it cozy.
Yeah, I've got a really good friend who loves Sea of Thieves, and they are pros at just going and raiding people. And that's exactly the reason I don't play it, because I get so stressed. So yeah. So I feel your pain on that one.
I totally
just quickly in the chat, we've had this for cozy gaming. Good choices here. Yeah, good choice. Farming simulator, I'm a fan of. I like a good sim personally. So RimWorld Farming Sim and MSFS, which is great. So keep dropping your cozy games in chat because we love to know what you guys are playing. My go-to games since we last streamed, sort of the same really, because we've been quite busy. I haven't done so much. I've recently just because there's been a few updates for Forza Motorsport, so I've been replaying Forza Motorsport recently, and then I've I'm a massive baseball fan, and MLB The Show has just sort of launched.
Perfect.
So that's been consuming some of my time. You could sort of class it as a cozy game because it's baseball, but it's not. It's sports, and you get a bit competitive, right? So they're the games that I've gotten to recently. So
they're great. Shows. They are really good.
The time we've probably needed Cozy Gaming the most. We both sort of haven't, but it's a good release. So they're the games we've been playing since the last stream. Now, some of the games we're going to talk about today, they are games that I play, and some of them I've played way too many hours on, which we will get to. Another question for you: what game are you most looking forward to this year?
Oh, that is a tough choice. And I think as of recent, these have changed. So there's a lot that I'm looking forward to towards the end of the year. But imminently, it has to be Senua Saga. From the launch trailer, that had my heart completely because I'm always a headphones on gamer. I don't have the ability to play it out of anywhere else, so I always play with headphones. And the fact that it has that surround sound capabilities, Hellblade 2 is going to be my absolute go-to. It gave me the chills while we were listening to it. I know we did those series of videos when it launched, and genuinely, if I could have showed you the hair standing up on my arms as it was surround sound, it was beautiful. So it likely will change, and there are so many amazing releases coming out this year for Xbox, but that imminently it's next month, it's 21st of May.
It's close.
It's so close, and I cannot wait for it. And I'm sure there'll be additions to Game Pass as well along the way that will pique my interest, that maybe I haven't played but have seen and will download. But how about you? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, Hellblade 2 is a game I'm so looking forward to. We've spoken about Hellblade like a few times, haven't we? And actually, we are talking about maybe doing a Hellblade stream of the previous game.
Yes.
And we've spoken about. I'll be honest, I've never played the first game, which shocks a lot of people. But all the stuff I watched for it, I love the idea of it, and I'm sort of holding off to play the first one, so I can play it just before the second one. But game I'm looking forward to the most this year, there's a few. There is a few. One of the ones was announced, obviously, at the one you spoke about was spoken about at Developer Direct. I'm actually really looking forward to Visions of Mana. The gameplay, the graphics, the way it's designed. I'm really, really looking forward to that. But ultimately, Indiana Jones.
It has to be. That's why I went imminently, because if not, Indiana Jones is gonna it would smash everything out the water. I'm looking forward to it, but there are things coming first that I need to be more excited for.
I'm sort of hoping that maybe I might be able to book some time off and just be indie for a few days.
You need the hat. The hat to top it all off.
Well, you can't see it, but just behind this green screen here, there is a hat. I might switch my camera off and grab it later, so I've got it on for stream later.
Love that. You've come prepared.
Come prepared. So I think the decision has been made. I think they would like to see your game first, Sam. But let's have a look at what the chat. My voice is going. Your game first, Sam. So let's have a look at some of the games people have been playing and games looking forward to. Oh, yes. Looking forward to this.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah. That comes to Xbox as well. One of the games I'm really looking forward to, it's not this year, but it is being made by Xbox Studios, is the Blade game.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of hype around that and a lot of very positive opinions. So I'm intrigued to see what comes of it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first film coming out. I wasn't really old enough to watch it, but I watched it and I loved it. So seriously looking forward to that. Let's have a look at some of the other games that people are enjoying. Yeah.
Minecraft is a very popular one in chat.
It's a very popular one in chat, yeah. Yeah, and I nearly wore a Minecraft t-shirt today, and I said to Sam, I can't wear it because everyone's going to think we're doing Minecraft. Minecraft is an amazing cozy game. It's one of those games that just needs a stream for itself.
Exactly. It needs a whole stream for itself, and never say never, because we have a very special anniversary coming up. It will be the big 15 years old since launch, so keep your eyes peeled for this one.
Keep your eyes peeled for this one. What other games have we got in chat? Forza, yeah. I love Forza. What else can you say? Minecraft. Oh, Adam Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, good Game Pass choice.
Good shout. A lot of good options. But hello, Phil. How are you doing?
Hello, Phil. Yeah.
Power Sim.
Power Wash Sim, yeah.
Mhm.
There's a few non-Game Pass games in there, which are huge. Like, I mean, Elden Ring was massive, and there's more coming, I believe. So, so
Cool.
with the fact that everybody's decided that you are going to have to go first, Sam.
Yes, I am very excited for this one. Cozy
First question.
Gaming is my go-to.
What device are you using today?
So the device I'm using today and what I'm going to be streaming from, so I'm using to both stream and game, is PC.
Oh,
So both of my games are available on PC Game Pass, both compatible with controller or mouse and keyboard. And for today, I will be brutally honest, I've ran out of USB ports, so we're going mouse and keyboard.
Which is a big thing because you prefer controller, do you not?
It depends what I'm playing. I'm very much an FPS gamer on controller.
Same.
And I'm also, I'll be brutally honest again, I'm terrible at doing things like changing batteries or keeping them handy, which is why my go-to is to have it plugged in. So I've got cables completely around me to make sure that I'm always plugged into either console or PC. However, today we're going mouse and keyboard because these are cozy games. I don't need to be fast-paced. I don't need to be good. I just need to play.
There's several comments in the chat, Sam. Sam hates mouse and keyboard. You mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I do play Overwatch with PC and controller, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I can hold my own.
So, Sam, what is your first game? Now we've made fun of you for liking controller.
That is absolutely fine. Now that we've poked a little bit of fun at me. My first game for Cozy Gaming is my solid go-to, and I've put a fair few hours into this, and that is one of the reasons I'm going to start it partway through from my save, because I want to show you all what you can do that's not just from the basics. So we're not playing tutorial, and that is Disney's Dreamlight Valley.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be completely open and honest as always, I was really quite dubious when this came out because I've seen similar games, and it is very, very similar to the likes of The Sims 4, which is also on Game Pass through EA Play. It's also like Stardew as well. So if you've picked Stardew, this is a really good option for yourself. However, I do find that in the past, I've picked these games up, played a few hours and put them down again. This is nothing like that. It keeps me so intrigued and so engrossed constantly because there's always something new to do. So we are going to go, I'm going to continue my saved game, and it shows us a lot of the DLC content as well. So a lot of what it's showing now is the newest update. So it launched in September 2022, but the latest update was February just gone, and they've introduced the laughing floor. But you can't guess what that film's from. And one of my favourite things about this game is that it is real time as well. I say favourite. I may change that opinion. Because it's real time and I tend to play in the evenings, a lot of the characters go to sleep when I need them, which isn't ideal. But you can see that the sun's setting just as it is outside. So it is real time gaming.
That's cool.
And this is Dreamlight Valley. So ultimately, it's a hybrid game. So it's a difference between a life simulator and an adventure game that gives you a load of quests, exploration, activities, and this is the main place that we'll start. So this is the very top of the Dreamlight Valley. And you've got the castle, and this is where you start the game.
Whoa.
It is visually stunning. So I am playing this on PC, as I mentioned, but it is available on Xbox and Xbox Series X and S. It has had a next-gen upgrade to it. So you can play it in 60 frames a second. Oh, I've got a little squirrel there.
I was going to ask, can you befriend the squirrel?
Yes, you absolutely can. So let me just creep over to it, and we'll go with Eat a Pet. And you can pet the squirrels. And there are rabbits as well. Usually you could pet them because there is an Easter extravaganza event going on.
Yeah.
You can catch them and give them to people around the valley.
So, question from chat. Did you make yourself in the game, Sam?
I absolutely did. So another great feature is that the characters are customizable, and very much like other games like The Sims. All of this has been built by myself, which is why it looks so messy. I'm more of a leave it where it is and roll with it. But you can change all parts of this, from the buildings, the paths, bushes, flower beds. You've got a lot of options with it. And this is the area that comes as standard before you upgrade.
I thought you said this too. Thought you said eat a pet.
Eat a pet.
Yeah, I thought you said
I'm
that.
now desperately trying to think what I said, but you don't eat a pet. Don't eat the pets.
I think when you started stroking it and it had love hearts, you clearly weren't eating it, but that's what I thought you said too.
Either that or I've got food on the brain. But the idea of the game is very much that it's set in a place called Dreamlight Valley. Everyone lived there peacefully, and then there was a massive event called the Forgetting, and it erased everyone's memories, and it erased their memories and ties to this valley, and filled it with a lot of night thorns. Now I'm going to try and find some around the valley, but I have cleared up a lot of them. It's part of the Easter event. It's the Easter eggs.
Nice.
Night thorns. I've done clearly a very good job at tidying this place up because I can't find any. But they are big thorns that grow out of the ground, and you need to get rid of them to tidy the place up. And get rid of all the bad memories from there. I think, is this one? No.
So this is like, you have things that you have to do. It's like a world builder as well, that you can just build anything sort of where you want. You have to sort of do certain things to unlock certain things.
It is. It's very much like that, and I do apologise to Liz for stressing her out with my wonky paths. It is. I'm very much a dump and leave it kind of person.
So am I.
And MF Cosplays is usually who I play Dreamlight with, and he is very organised. Very everything has a place and everything is in its place. I like to do the quests and the challenges, so I don't take a lot of time for building. So I could do with someone organising my land.
Well volunteered, Liz.
Thanks, Liz. Well volunteered. So there are a lot of people dotted around the land. I've got a very famous duck. I've got some famous movie characters. And as I was talking to you earlier, Christian, and we were going through the games, you can talk to the characters.
Nice.
So I am partway through healing Mirabelle's house. I could give her something. So we can take a look at her favourite things, whether credettes, lemon sorbets, and if I have any of these items, I could give them to her. I don't think I have. I could give them to her to make our friendship a lot stronger. And by doing that, it powers me up and it powers her up, so as I get better quests.
Nice.
Now, one person I know that does have quests for us is likely down here. And the more quests you do, the more you level up, the more items you get, the more areas you can expand. Oh, I've lost him.
He's gone.
Usually, he lives in this truck. He's a little robot that crushes rubbish on futuristic planets.
I know who you're on about.
Yes, but they do take a walkabout. They're not stuck to their locations, and you can explore the valleys. So this is the original valley. This is where you'll explore a standard, and then you can unlock different locations. So one of the locations that I've unlocked is the beach.
Nice.
I can come down here and there's different things you can find. So different plants, different things you can pick up out the sand. You can dig and open different areas and fish as well.
So you could do quite a lot then. And do you know what's the age rating? I'm assuming it's fairly young.
It's 3+, I believe.
Yeah.
So open to all ages. And because of that age rating, I'm gonna come out of the way of Goofy because he's shouting at us. Because of the age rating of it, it is completely age agnostic. So whether you're younger and you can get parents to help you guide you through the quests, or whether you're like me, an older adult that just loves the films and just wants to play.
And the theme park.
And the thing, yeah. There are many things that I enjoy, and this just fills that little gap. But there's also things underneath, so you can see some glowing ground, and I have a toolkit that I can use. So I've got watering cans, spades. I've seen gems in rocks about, which I can mine out.
Yeah.
So we can give these a dig and see what we find. There we go. So we've got some iron ore, and that will help us to build items that characters may need to help us build that friendship like we spoke about earlier.
That's pretty cool.
So this is available on Xbox Game Pass, naturally, as these are the games that we're talking about. And it is a hefty hour game for a very small download. So this is only 11 gig. It's a very, very small game compared to your big AAA titles. Main story, 27 hours, which is really good.
Yeah.
But because it's such an adventurous game and there's loads of things to complete, like your quests, the total game time comes out at just shy of 90 hours.
Wow.
For completion. For 11 gig, that is such a good availability.
That's a lot of game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of game.
It's a fantastic amount. And there's continual in-game evolution. Like I mentioned, there was a whole new area added with the laugh floor, which is a complete new area. That's up in the castle. I'll put my shovel away and we'll go and explore. But also they've got the Easter event, so limited time events in-game, which will get you bonus coins, bonus money that you can spend within the game itself.
And the coins, so what do you buy with the coins? Is it like clothes?
Yeah,
buildings?
Very much so. So anything that you can use to decorate your house, decorate yourself. I picked myself up this rather nice red dress out of a certain duck shop because he has a lot of things available to buy, whether it's, like I say, things to decorate your house, from wallpaper to ornaments, etc. There's so much to choose. And this is your main quest area. This is where you can pick which lands you unlock, which I'm a huge fan of.
That's pretty cool. No, John, I've never played this, but I think it's a game that I would enjoy. And because I've got a young daughter, I feel like she would beg me to play this all the time. Like recently, we've been playing a lot of games on Game Pass. So with her, I've been playing sort of like the Bluey game. There's 2 Paw Patrol games on there that she's adamant to play, but she loves Disney, so actually she'd probably love this.
It would be a fantastic option, and like I say, because it's all ages, you can have multiple games on there. You can load through different games. But it's a stunning game, and they've just brought multiplayer into it as well. So
that's awesome.
This is my first cozy game of choice. Very much like Derek. Hello, Derek. I have sunk way too many hours into this game as well. It's my go-to.
Great. It looks really good graphically. It's got sort of like, it still feels like animation ish, but it feels like a really well-made game as well. It
is. It's visually stunning, and like I say, because it is real time. Once it's real time, you can look at the sunsets, you can watch the sunrises if you are up that early, which I am not. I love a good sunset though. I am up that early. But yes, it is multiplayer. You do need to unlock it by doing certain quests. There are certain quests that you need to do to make that possible, but once it's done, and you can join your friend's valley as well. And this is the shop that I was talking about, and I'm gonna sidetrack from myself, and please tell me to end my section at any point, because I could go on forever about this. But this is the shop where we can spend our coins, and there are some very popular, familiar looking items in here. Familiar looking,
very familiar looking items in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would fall down. I think I'd want to collect loads of stuff. I know what that's from.
Yeah. It's from the same DLC. A lot of it came in with the Laugh Floor DLC.
That's really cool. So I feel like if I played this, can you sort of dismantle your world and rebuild it?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. So even though mine is a mess at the minute, there is redemption for me yet to make it look better.
And there's a duck.
And there's a duck. So yes, all within the collections, you can make different things, go for different people. I can see all my quests, and you've got the in-game events as well. But it is just a very visually pretty game. The music is fantastic as well. All of this is I've put it into streamer mode at the minute, so all of the music that it's playing is safe for streaming if you are that way inclined.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I really like it. It's something that I'm gonna have to give a go. But I feel like it. Can you do local multiplayer on it?
I don't believe it's local. No, it's only online. And again, it's only available when you do certain challenges. But then again, never say never. It's an onwardly going game, but it's not local. It's all online.
I mean, it looks great, and I think it's something that I need to add to my my playlist, my pile of shame. I can see quite a lot of people in the chat have played this, so I've clearly missed something here.
It was very popular when it launched. It launched as, I believe, a free-to-play title. So this was available to download, free-to-play, straight off Xbox Game Pass, and that is where it has remained.
Well, it looks brilliant. It gets my vote, and it gets nearly everybody. Well, it gets everybody's votes in chat. It's a win.
It is.
I can see why you spent so many hours on this. You can't beat a game where like you can build stuff and then you're sort of constantly unlocking stuff, because there's very little stress with it. It's more just take it at your own pace and sort of like take it your own time and enjoy it. Little tip. I was reading a little tip from Games Guru over there in the chat. I think I'd thoroughly enjoy it, because you're like one of the last games you picked was Let's Build a Zoo, and I love Let's Build a Zoo, and it's sort of like that with more, isn't it? So
yeah, it's very similar, but so much more advanced, and like I say, it's visually stunning. The audio is fantastic. You can pick it up and put it down. Very much I did the other night. I couldn't get certain games loading properly, so I went straight. That was my go-to. That was my Cosy Gaming go-to. Put a couple of hours into that and waited for everything to blow over. Yeah.
I can see why you've spent so many hours, and it's like, I suppose for an adult as well, because of the genre that it is and the people that make it. Yeah. There's that nostalgia factor there if you've grown up with a lot of the animations as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I didn't see any of the ones that I like, but I'm sure they're in there.
Oh, absolutely. The choice of characters, there's upwards of 40 that you can find and choose from, and I chose the ones in a certain order because I knew that I like these and these will get me more rewards and coins, so I can unlock my ultimate go-tos, which are a little bit more expensive to unlock, but I just want to get there.
So is it like the most popular are the hardest to unlock, or is it?
Yes and no. I think it's more of my personal preference, because there are some great ones that are unlockable first, and again, the people that I play it with say this is the one that I wanted, and it's the first one I've unlocked. But clearly, I like to aim high and go for the more difficult ones.
I do not blame you. I do not blame you. So that's a great first title for Cosy Gaming, and literally, like, I was sat there like, I can get on board with this. So let's look at my first title. Yeah. I'm the same as Sam. I hate keyboard and mouse probably more than Sam does. So
I
controller for me. I'm sorry if this doesn't appear on the stream. Obviously, it is camo. This is the lovely new Arctic camo controller. There is another one that's just released. Sam is sporting the jumper for it. So, the first game that I'm going to pick, the first game I have picked is sort of similar. Sort of, but not. So, the first game that I have picked is this one. So, I have picked, for this, I've picked House Flipper. And the reason I've picked this is because it's... Sorry, let's just get that to adjust. If you can just change that for me, Sam. With House Flipper, you've got the ability to... You've got like an iPad here, and it gives you missions, you can buy new things, and you can renovate properties. And I'm in a property here that some of you might recognize. So let's look at some of the stuff. Look, so here you've got the property from a very famous TV show. You've got stuff like your light, and the point of this is to do missions. So clean houses, it's to renovate properties as well, and to decorate them as people like. You can also purchase properties, and you can effectively renovate them and sell them to people looking for things. So let's just change property. Look, so let's go to Away from the Rock. So this is one that I've been working on. It's pretty much done, but this was a property that I had to sort of do the missions for and renovate how someone wanted it. So I had to clean it, I had to paint it how they wanted it, and put sort of like decorations in it. So let's have a quick look round. So everything in this I've done. It was completely empty. So bedroom, bathrooms, everything has been done to the standard that's required. And it's just a really relaxing game. You can take it your own place at your own pace. If I complete this, look, it's not completely complete, but it will give me money as well. So I can then get money to then purchase extra properties. And the more missions that I do, the more properties that I can buy. So the apartment I'm in here, which was an extra purchase, was a purchase. It's one that I had to then purchase after the first one. And I purchased this because I love this TV program, and it gives me the option if I want to buy stuff for it or to sell it. But I don't want to sell it. I'm going to keep it because, well, everybody should recognize this place, really. But let's go to the laptop and pick a mission. So let's go to mail and check. Just we'll pick the first one, I think. Just one of those that appear, and we'll go and start renovating a house and cleaning it. So so in chat, it does sort of release your inner designer, which effectively you can, as long as you do everything within like the missions, you could then decorate the other things how you want to. So as you go into different rooms, it's going to tell you different things that need doing. There's rubbish on the floor. Look, if we sort of pick this up, no, wrong button. So here you've got your things. I want to pick it up. So right trigger. Kitchen, look, let's get rid of some more rubbish. And I don't know if you noticed, there's little stains in the corner there, look. So you can actually clean that off as well. And the more you work, you get perks. And effectively what you could do is upgrade your cleaning equipment.
Okay.
So it cleans faster or it paints quicker. You have to clean stuff like the windows. You can see the window ledge needs doing as well, look. So just do that. Let's go look at a different room, ideally, I think, because there's not a lot to do in here. You can see at the side that it's telling you what to do. So here, look, I need to install a radiator. So let's install a radiator quickly. I'll remember how to do this because it's been a little while of probably 30, 40 hours in this, but I haven't played it in the last month or so.
Love that, Adam. You can come around and clean my house any day, Christian. You get too much enjoyment out of this.
£50 an hour.
It's like a great game, though.
Yeah, there's different things. So you can add I've got the wrong things. Attachments are in them all. But for instance, when you've got your own properties, you have to add the like fixtures to install radiators and stuff. Really,
Okay.
let's get rid of that. Bear with me. So we want heating. Look, let's pick a radiator. I'm going to buy that, and it's green. So right trigger it, and we're going to assemble it. And so you get little mini games in it, and you just have to effectively install it. And it's really, really simple. But to be honest, you find yourself just spending hours and hours doing this.
I get that. With that level of interactivity, it just takes it to the next level rather than just putting a radiator down. Actually,
Yeah,
you've just got to twist these to install it. I like that.
exactly.
I like that.
So I'm just looking at what needs to be cleaned. Like the window ledge needs cleaning, but let's do some other stuff. So light fixtures, let's look at the side. So let's paint. So you've got tiles, look, so you can tile floors and bathrooms.
Okay. And are
Yeah.
these available straight off the bat? Do you need to unlock anything as you
They're
go
all
on?
they're all available straight off the bat. So let's go to tasks, pick the
Okay.
right color paint. Look, yeah, you could do it all. There's certain things that you can't do straight away, so you have to go through sort of like the basic missions to start with before you start
Okay.
unlocking other stuff. And then in different properties, there's stuff to like demolish walls and to build walls that aren't
Okay.
available if they're not required for that mission.
Yeah.
So for like that property effectively. So as you can see here, look, I'm just sort of painting the wall. It's not overly strenuous, but it's just really easy. And you can paint, the more tasks you do and the more perks you do, the more like spaces you can paint at once, the more walls you can tile. And it effectively makes jobs easier. You can
Amazing.
upgrade
Yes. We
your
can
brush.
upgrade.
Yeah, you can. So
Okay.
it's really simple. There's not much else to it other than that. It's
I
really
like
simple to
that.
play, but it's sort of like you don't have to put like a lot of energy into it to play it. You could sort of almost play it on autopilot. And I
Yeah.
tend to find myself that I tend to play it like when I'm sort of like relaxed or really late at night when I don't want something too strenuous that's easy to play. And to be honest, when I first found this game, literally I played it for probably 3 or 4 weeks before I'd even downloaded it. I just played it directly from the cloud because
Okay.
it's not overly strenuous. I mean, to download it, it's about 18 gig to download it.
Okay.
But it's really light lift to just a cloud game it if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, and you can play it with controller. You can play it on PC Game Pass with mouse and keyboard. How you do that? Not a clue. No idea. Never
Okay.
tried it. Like I said, I'm probably worse at keyboard and mouse than you. The main story says it's about 12 hours, but it depends on how long you do stuff, how long you take renovating your own properties, to what standard you do things. And then it's saying to complete all the missions. So, like the mail missions, effectively, it's 39 hours to complete everything to 100%.
Okay.
So,
So you get a really good amount of game time from that then.
yeah. It's. I mean, 40 hours is a decent for
Hmm.
like a game, really. If you're going to pay like £60 for a game, that's the sort of hours you would
Yeah.
expect. It's an older game. It's on Game Pass, but like I said, it's really not strenuous to play. You could sort of like switch off and just do really simple tasks, and I find it really relaxing. And it's one of those games that I just love to play when I need to switch off. And if you like House Flipper, we saw earlier that, Farming Simulator, if you like simulator games, this is the sort of game that you'd probably enjoy as well. You've got stuff like Farming Simulator. Unpacking, which is on Game Pass, is a similar sort of game. Power Wash Simulator, I've played a lot of hours on that as well. So if you like those simulation games, I'd recommend this. It's an older game. There is a second version out as well, but this one is available on Game Pass.
Yes, it is indeed. I saw a lot of so when I was looking for similar games, I was looking for cozy games. I did see this one on the Xbox app. It was recommended, which was perfect. It was right next to Overcooked,
It
and I
is.
looked at both the
Yes.
games, and I was like, one of those doesn't seem overly cozy.
Yeah.
So I'm not going
And
to pick that one, but I was very, very close to picking this myself after speaking to a lot of people who have given it rave reviews. I was very close, but I had to go
love it.
with my heart on these.
Love it. Adam, yes, it is the new Arctic camo. If you could see it, it's a good job I haven't got white in here, it would disappear. Yeah, Power Wash Simulator. It's like Games Guru has commented, Power Wash Simulator is great for your OCD. I find myself with House Flipper and stuff like Power Simulator sort of paying loads of attention to little details that normally in most games I wouldn't care about. I want everything to be exactly as I've got it envisioned in my mind. I want to 100% every mission. I don't want to sort of like, I know I just completed one, it was like 99%, but ideally I want everything to be clean, everything to be exactly as it should be, to 100% it. When I'm selling a house, like it gives you instructions of what people are looking for, but I just build it to how I want to build it. I'm like, well, I can build 30 houses exactly as I want them.
I think it'd itch that little niggle that people have maybe about 100% in and achievement hunting. I think it'd scratch that itch really well.
Yeah, it does. I find it really weird with the mail missions. I really want 100% everything, but with the selling of the houses, I more care about designing it as I visualize it. So I get like that separation with both sides of it.
So you can play both ways if you wanted, no matter the kind of player you are. There is an option for you.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Power Wash Simulator, and that is one of the games that if you play Power Wash Simulator, you probably enjoy House Flipper. If you've played House Flipper, you'll probably really enjoy Power Wash Simulator as well. Yeah,
I love that. That's such a good game to choose. I can see how that would be relaxing and cozy.
That's the thing. Cozy, relaxing. It's just it's low stress, which is what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cozy gaming. You want to just snuggle up, lock the world out, and just be able to switch off.
Exactly. No, I love that. That's a great choice. Chat, what are we thinking so far? What are we thinking so far? What are you loving? Let us know.
Let us know. Yes. So that's our first two games down. So what is it going to be similar, your second game? Is it going to be different?
It's going to be different. But I think for anyone that knows me, it's obvious what it's going to be. Because I have talked about it from day one as being my all-time favorite game. I knew from the minute I played the first game, and there is a sequel. Both of them are on Game Pass. I knew from the minute I played it, it was a favorite, but it's very different. It's a 2D platformer, visually equally as stunning, and I think it's very apparent that for me to love a game, visually it's got to be stunning. But this one really plays on the music side of it as well. And audio for me is absolutely everything. So
I can see, you guys can't see, but I can see it sort of waiting in the background. I can't see what it is, but I can see it's Microsoft Studios.
It is a Microsoft Studios title as well. So it was developed by Moon Studios and published by Microsoft Studios. And my second choice is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Rave about this game.
You have heard me non-stop go on about this game. It is absolutely stunning. It is 9 years old this year, which I can't believe. It was launched in 2015, and in the same year it was launched, it won a golden joystick for being Xbox Game of the Year.
Nice.
So it is it's an award-winning game on multiple different awards as well. It's won them for its musical score. Its musical score is a full orchestra, and I'm very lucky that I've managed to see that in person. Gareth Coker is an absolute fantastic person to have done that, and they brought him back for the second edition, which is Will of the Wisps, also on Game Pass. And you can tell how much of a geek I am because of how excited I am for this game.
Tommy has put, it's beautiful.
It is an
I can imagine
absolutely
exactly how
stunning
Tommy
game.
would say that as well.
100%. I am gonna kick the game off because, unlike the other one where I wanted to start partway through to show you exactly where you could get to, I'm going to start from the beginning because it is some of the most stunning parts of the game, and it also explains the story behind it as well. And as you can see, I've got a couple of saved games on this already.
Nice.
I have two, one that I started initially, one that I've almost completed. So we're going to go for this level. And as I've seen the difficulty, for the achievement hunters out there, this one blows my mind a little bit, because the rarest achievement that only 0.05% of people have got is to complete Ori and the Blind Forest on one life, where you only get one chance to save Nabel, and it is the ultimate challenge. It is so difficult. You have to complete the whole game, the whole 8 hours of this game, without dying once.
No, couldn't do it.
When I told you that I would have died straight away, I must have gone so many times in the tree.
I mean, it's a good start, isn't it?
It's such a storytelling game. It is so beautiful, and it sets everything up so nicely, telling the story of Ori, who is the spirit guardian that we're going to meet, and Nuri, who is its adoptive parent, for want of a better word. And I am not ashamed to admit that this is the only game that has ever made me cry. It is stunning.
Well, that's an achievement.
So it is. So this is Nuri, and the beginning will tell you the story of the storm that came to Nabel, and it destroyed the spirit tree and the world and everything that it nurtured. And this storm also, unfortunately, has a very sad ending. In this prologue, it realised I'm playing. It has a very sad ending for a prologue, and you then have to adventure as Ori to fix that. So it is, again, 2D platformer. There we go.
It is really visually good looking.
Yes, it is absolutely stunning. And the artwork for this, a lot of it was hand painted and meticulously animated to get it to this point. And we've just met Ori.
Oh.
This is our little main character.
I mean, it's really visually appealing, and I like the fact that it tells a story all the way through. I love a story-driven game. That I think they're the games that sort of like you relate to the most.
Yeah. And this is absolutely no different. This character is a lot quicker. Ori is an awful lot quicker. And you're able to go out and explore. And I'm going now to skip the prologue, because for anyone that wants to play it, we've met the two characters. You know that there's a storm. I'm going to skip this so as I don't spoil any of the story for anyone. And this is where we start the main part of the game as well. So it does auto-save for us in places, but you can manually save it as well. Good. And you can tell now that the music's changed. Yes. Got to be done just to make double sure that you haven't done anything.
I see it auto-save in some games, and I still save it because I'm like, no, if I lose this, I'll stop playing it.
Oh, 100%. And it's very much the same. There are a lot of I find them quite difficult. The challenges, it's a lot of hand-eye coordination, a lot of timing, which I am not the best at, but it's worth it. So to bring up the menu, you've got your skills. You've got a set of skills from that are all currently locked because we haven't unlocked anything, but they're very self-explanatory, like wall climbing, jumping, flying, etc. You've got all your statistics on the right-hand side, so percentage of game completed, you've got the time that you've spent on it, and the things you've collected as well. And then there are some world events. So there are 6 in total, and these are major world events to help and signify Ori and getting the spirit tree back to full health again. And there is a map. So if I press the tab button, or it would be one of the main buttons on an Xbox controller, I can now see a map of exactly where we've been, where we're going, and this is the land itself.
I love the graphics on it.
There we go. It is beautiful. I can't say it enough, and I can't rave about it enough. It is genuinely stunning. So we're down in the sunken glades at the minute, and then this is the spirit tree, and it looks decidedly not very healthy, which was caused by the storm. And this is where we need to navigate. So there are six lands in total. You've got the blue one down here, orange, red, and then you've got up here, you've got the trees, the pinky colour, and then quite an offset greenish kind of colour. So these are our six world event areas that we're going to do, and there are main challenges within each. So let's explore a little bit.
Your character's so cute.
Oh, there we go. We've started already.
He's hurt.
He's hurt already. So down at the bottom,
10 seconds in.
10 seconds in, and we've already damaged poor Ori. I'm so sorry. But we've got our life bar at the bottom. You can find green orbs around, which will top this up. So I was very grateful to find those, I will admit. But he's very quick little character as well. So. Oh, no. This is where my mouse and keyboard lack of knowledge comes into things.
I love the fact it's like a platformer.
Yeah.
It's like just a 2D effectively and just go sideways. I love that. It's
so easy as well, but difficult at the same time because it's so multi-level. So you just saw me, I don't have the ability to jump that far at the minute. So I'm having to I went down instead of up because I couldn't jump that high. So it does guide you to start with, but you will be able to gain abilities and find life shards.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can collect these to restore my vitality or my health. Very, very grateful of these. Oh. There we go.
Oh, what's that?
And this is an energy cell. So you can use energy, create soul links and save your game. So like I said, for the manual saves, there will be essentially these totem pole looking items where you'll be able to manually save games. And then later on, you'll be able to use them to navigate the map a little quicker. So it does take an awful long time to get from bottom right to top left. So these soul links will help you to get there a lot quicker. And these now appear down in the bottom right as well.
Okay, so you see how many you've got on the bottom right, on the bottom, and it goes to that way.
There we go. I can create a soul link and now save my game, which when you come to particularly difficult parts of the game, you want to collect your soul energy so as you can save that.
I love the detail of so much stuff moving. What is that?
Something that's going to get me killed.
I know what it looks like, but it's the wrong franchise.
It's very much a rhinoceros style enemy, and on a controller I'm a lot better at this, but it will come this way and I'm going to want to there we go. So a lot of the people that are out to attack Ori, you can actually use them in different ways. So I can't crash down a wall, but he can. So as long as I jump at the right time, he can crash down that wall for me.
Ah, that's pretty cool. So you're
And
sort
there's
of like almost using them to control your environment a little bit.
exactly. And there's a lot of that as well. So later on in the game, when we get attacking abilities, we can use them to gain more energy for our soul links, and they will help us be able to save the games in those certain places.
That's pretty cool. I
It's
like
a
it.
stunning game, and it's only 3.6 gigs, so this downloads really, really quickly. I think it's slightly more on a console. I think it's just over 4, but on a PC, it's 3.6. And it claims, I can say this from personal experience, it claims that you can get 8 hours of gameplay, 12 from a full completion. It depends. It completely depends on the difficulty you choose, the ability, how much you want to explore.
Yeah.
I've put an awful lot more than 12 hours into this because, firstly off, I died quite a lot. I'm going to put it out there. I tried to escape the tree. There
Yeah.
is a midway through, there is another tree that you need to escape from as it's filling with water. And my coordination did not help me very well. You have to jump from platform to platform to escape all the way up to the top. I could not do it. I then took it from a cozy game to a really stressful game, but it
No,
went
yeah.
cozy again. But that's just me and how I experience games like that. Yeah, but you can get significantly more out of it depending on your gameplay style. There's loads
I
of
mean,
achievements to get.
it's one of those games I've heard you speak about a lot, and I've never played it, but I do really like the look of it. I love like
Mm,
the visual aspect for it. Obviously, you've said to me previously about sort of the audio of it, and like audio is a massive part of the game as well.
yeah,
And I love all the little details. I like the way that the
else,
foreground's got
yeah,
things moving, the background's got stuff moving, and I quite like obviously this is only the start of the game, but I love the fact that like the only thing that's really sort of lit up is where your character is. It's like
yeah.
I really like the way it looks.
Everything else just seems your glow gives off some of the light, and
Yeah,
there are brighter parts of the game. It is because we're in Dark Hollow. There are brighter parts, but they just get more and more beautiful. And this is this is the voice of the spirit tree that Ori can hear. So as you go through the game and you're looking to revitalize that spirit tree, this is the voice of the spirit tree
okay.
that you can hear, and it will guide you and it will advise you on where you should be going. It'll give you different things. So it's advised me that I need to pick up the little light.
Oh, what's it? So what's the little light do?
I believe this is where I gain an ability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sign is the spirit tree, the spirit of the spirit tree. And that is what guides you. Everything, even down to the voices or the perceived voice of Sane or Sign, just seems so magical. And it really does seem quite fairyish and like mythical. It's
Otherworldly.
yeah.
Yeah. I just love the visual aspects of it. It's like obviously you've said, and I guess people have said in the chat that it's beautiful, and I mean it is. It's just so well designed.
It really is. Oh, and this is where it is where I get my attack ability. So there are things that are out to hurt me.
Yeah.
And this is where I gain an attack ability, and you can now see it hovering around me. That this is my spirit light.
So do you use that to attack, or does that attack for you, or?
So you have to use it as an attack, very similar to, I think on Xbox it's the back trigger, back
Okay.
right bottom.
Yep.
For PC it is your click, standard click.
It looks really good. So what sort of games would you say this is like, or would you recommend that if people have played it, like, or if they've played other games, what sort of games is this similar to?
So I had a look, and naturally its first advice is, because this is a 2015 game, Its first advice is this is very similar to Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is
second one?
its sequel. It's part 2 that came out in March 2020. It had 3 years of development. So I was over the moon when I heard this at E3
Nice.
2017. I think it was that it was announced. And I was beside myself and had to wait 3 years for it to come out. So it is very similar to Will of the Wisps. That takes a very different storyline, but Ori is still the main character. You still play as Ori in a 2D platformer. And whereas this is very much like reds and oranges and deep blues, Will of the Wisps is very purples, blues, fiery. It is, again, visually stunning, and it still has the same orchestra doing its musical score. So audio, still very similar.
Nice. Okay.
It's also very much like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is very, very similar, again, on Game Pass. An equally as beautiful game. I haven't put as many hours into it, admittedly, but it is a very similar game along these lines. And also, I'd probably say it was like the game Tunic, which is also available on Game Pass. And again, not one that I've played, not one that I know much about, but as I was researching and looking, that is a game that it recommended for me.
Wow. I mean, I think this looks great. I think it's something that I need to test out. It looks visually stunning. The audio is amazing. And obviously, when someone raves about a game so much, it's almost like you're silly not to try it. And the fact it's on Game Pass and it's on all tiers of Game Pass, where you're looking at, not all tiers, but you're looking at console, PC, or Ultimate.
It actually is on Game Pass Core.
Is it on Game Pass?
So it is on
I knew one of them was. Yeah.
Only one of them, yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's Blind Forest that is on Core.
Nice. So you can play an Ori with all tiers of Game Pass, which is pretty cool. And sorry, what did you say? How big did you say it was down? Did you say it was about 3 gig?
It's only 3.6 gig on PC. It's available on Cloud Gaming as well.
Tiny. And again, if it's available on Cloud Gaming, you could test it before you even play it.
Exactly.
Great way to test games out. Would you normally play this with controller or mouse and keyboard, or?
I've done both. Controller, again, it's my main, it's my go-to, regardless of, I've got this loaded on PC, but I'd still choose to go controller. However, I have been playing with mouse and keyboard, and because I've been trying out on first-person shooters, I now feel a fair bit more competent, and the controls are really easy on it. So it's your typical WSAD mouse. It is your single click. It is such an easy game to play. And so great if you wanted to start getting into that. If you wanted to start playing mouse and keyboard, try it on PC. Plug your keyboard into your console if it's compatible, and try it out that way.
So with the fact you've recommended this, I might have something that you might like.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Does this take us to our fourth and final game by any chance?
I have picked a game that, unbeknownst to me, and unbeknownst to you, when you picked your 2 and I picked my 2,
that
when I was doing my research into games that are similar to the games that I like, and you did your research into games that were like the games that you've picked, is the game I've picked is also about 3 gig. It is similar in size, so it's 2.79 gig on PC. It's around the same size on console, I believe. It's also slightly longer. Did you say Ori is about 8 hours? This is
give or take. Officially, it says 8.
This is main story 12. Completionist is 21 hours. So it's a little bit longer. This game I've played a little bit. I haven't played it all the way through, but I actually saw someone else playing it in our team, and I thought I need to give that a go. And the game that it is
Hollow Knight.
this.
No. Okay.
You
What? Ah.
we got recommended the same stuff. So this is about a little fox that is looking for manuals, so like pages of a manual to find out like the story, and it finds out about sort of like a race of foxes that were looking for like more power effectively. So that little thing there is like it's like a save point effectively. And I'm sort of at the start of this, but you go through and you collect like different weapons. So at the moment I've only got a stick. That's all I've got. I've got a stick to
Okay.
sort of make my way through. I haven't got a shield or anything like that, but you can get a sword, you can get a shield, you can do stuff like little rolls. So I'm going to lock on with the trigger here, and I'm going to push because I've allocated B to hit stuff. You can see these things are actually firing at me, which is never fun.
Okay, so you can take damage as well, very similar to Ori.
You can take damage as well. So I've set mine to B. You can set it to Y. I'm going to set it to B because B is a fairly easy button. So it's really simple to play. You don't need loads of stuff to be able to play it. You've got your life bar and stuff in the bottom corner and your energy. And it's sort of like just little sort of like hack and slash, really. It doesn't take loads of energy to play it. There's little like points of interest that appear, as you can see just there. And yeah, you just need to go through and find like little manual pages and like effectively fight like almost other creatures.
Yeah.
So climb ladders. It's over different platforms. Oh, no. I am not equipped to fight this. I'm not gonna lie. But it's a really easy to play. It's a cute little fox. I mean, who doesn't like foxes? Like in like the cartoon like animation world. So that's killed me. So it's going to leave a thing up there where I can go and collect my coins effectively. So it's reversed me back there. Hero's Grave, look, and it's just really simple and relaxing to play. It takes you through to like different elements, so it sort of like buffers slightly as you go through to like different places. Yeah, it's just simple. It's visually very appealing. Again, it's very different in the way sort of visually it appeals and plays to Ori, but it's simple. It's a couple of buttons. I'm going to die again. Look.
Oh, they've cornered you there.
Cornered me. So you can see all my coins sort of like appear out there. But I actually saw, like I said, I saw one of the other master trainers playing this, and like I saw it and I thought I need to play this, and it's not overly strenuous. No. There's a little bit of fighting. It's a bit like sort of Ori. Is it super relaxing? Yeah. Not as relaxing as say like the other two games that we've picked, but it's not super strenuous either. And I love the fact like some of the writings in like other languages, and I just really enjoy it. You know,
it does seem like a very easy to pick up. The controls seem very easy to get used
simple.
to.
Very
pick up and play game, which is
really
nice.
And that's the thing. Like it's age 7 to play, so it's not super strenuous. So it can be played by most people of most ages. Aha, see, they separated themselves that time. Gets back to my coins. Half of them went off the cliff. Look, but it's super simple. I'm going to stop it there because there's a thing at the top. I know there's a thing at the top. I'm not. You
don't want to fight that again.
I'm not equipped to beat that right now. No, not with a stick. I need my shield and I need a sword. But it's like super simple to play. Yeah. Like you literally just explore like a land lost, like a filled with lost legends effectively. Yeah. There's like little ancient powers and like the little like save points. They regenerate you back, and you know it's. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's like a really cute little game to play. It's like a really simple like fighting game without being too strenuous. Yeah. And basically the point of it is you just collect like pages of a manual to like rebuild a sacred book effectively. and you just travel across like different like elements, and you just reconstruct like the manual of like the foxes basically, and you'll reveal maps and tips and like special like techniques and things like that. So the more you play it, like the more skills you get effectively. But it's just fun. It's just super fun to play, and like anybody can play it. It's like literally like to play that, I was literally using trigger to lock on, and I was using B to attack, and like A literally just like does roll. It's like it's not super strenuous. It's
very simple.
Recommend it, and it's available on cloud. It's available on like PC. So like I'm streaming through a PC at the moment. I'm checking all the stats on it for PC. It's available on nearly all the tiers of Game Pass, and I recommend it. And actually, Tunic is one of the games that you can play on court as well. So
that's very good.
Yeah, which is really cool. I think it came out on Xbox One. It's been out a while. It's been on Game Pass for a couple of years now. I know you can play it on Xbox One anyway, because I had my Xbox One on for some stuff that we were doing, and I could see it. But you can play it anywhere. So like, with cloud, it's super easy to play for cloud because it's such a small game. It's not super strenuous, which is nice. You can play it from your phone with a control. I think you can play it from phone with touch controls actually, which I'm going to check for you right now.
Amazing. I was just having a little look through the comments, and Alicia said that it has the vibe of Little Witch in the Woods, and I completely get that because you chose that as your games under a gig last month. And I was like, this looks very familiar, and you seem to have like a certain style of games that you go for, and I'm really enjoying learning about them because they're not typically games that I'd go for, but I'm very set in my ways and I go straight for Ori. But this is something that could replace that little Ori-shaped hole I've got now that I've finished them.
Yeah, so Little Witches in the Woods is one of the games that is actually similar to. So if you enjoy that, it's one of the games that like we would recommend that you try. So if you've joined Little Witch in the Woods, Tunic's one of those games. You obviously Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Moonlighter, Hollow Knight, which you mentioned as well. So like you picked a game and I picked a game that actually are very similar. So if you enjoy Ori, you probably really enjoy Tunic as well.
100%. I can see that. Minecraft Dungeons as well. Very similar.
Minecraft
dungeon feel to it.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of games that we could have spoken about on this. Like we could have spoken about anything Minecraft really.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Another really good one.
There's loads of games that really we could special mention, or we could talk about. We just don't have it would be like a 4-day stream.
Yeah, 100%. And once you start me off on those, as I've shown tonight, probably won't stop. Very into games I'm passionate about.
I mean, I don't have an active save of Stardew Valley, and I thought I could do that, but it's like completion is it's about 100 and something hours, and I thought I haven't got the time to to get this ready. I'd need like a couple of weeks to get it ready to like do the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Take the tutorial aside. It would take it very much like Dreamlight though, to put the hours into it to get it to a place where it's you're able to show it off to its full potential. Yeah.
New updates on Stardew is amazing, which is also on Game Pass.
It is. That means I'm due an update.
And there you are. I mean, Cosy Gaming wise, there are so much things that you can play. It Takes Two as well. You could look at for Cosy Gaming.
Yes.
Obviously, awesome.
Huge fan of that.
Little Witch in the Woods, which obviously Liz mentioned. It's endless. Endless the amount of games that you could pick. I'm just going through a list. Cassette did last week.
Yes.
Last month as well. And Security. I did 2 Cosy Gamings last time. I think I've got a style that I like.
I think that is your go-to style. which is definitely not a bad thing. But if you are looking to explore more cozy games that maybe you haven't heard of, a lot of the ones that I found, a lot of recommendations are through the Xbox app on PC and mobile. They have dedicated sections to cozy gaming or relaxed gaming, and once you click on one, it will recommend more for you. So really easy to find as well.
So I was just reading through some of the chat. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Power World. There's a mention of Power World. Yes, that doesn't fall into cozy gaming though, because that makes me competitive.
Absolutely, I completely get that.
And there's other people in the chat. Like I remember when Liz went on holiday, she was like, "I can't play Power World on the plane. I'm really nice."
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's very addictive. Very addictive.
4 games there that we've covered. There's a lot of hours of gameplay within those 4 games. I think the biggest game was what, 16 gig?
Yeah, mine were 11 and 3.
Yeah, House Swift is about 16. It's 15 something. But the last 2 games were under 3 gig, and you know, all the games we've picked today are like super easy to get into. They're not massively hard to start playing. You don't have to go through extensive tutorials to play them. You can just sort of start playing them straight away. And you know, the one that I'm definitely going to try is Disney Dreamlight Valley, because I think my daughter will enjoy it. But I think the game I would enjoy the most is probably Ori.
Yeah, I think that looking at your game choices, that would be right up your street.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Give it a go. And I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah. And then that's pretty much us done for the day, for today. Like I said, everything is available on Game Pass, and all those games are available on Game Pass console, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass Ultimate, which means that you can play them all via the cloud as well. So if any of you are colleagues in store, get them on in store. You know, you can test them. They're low, easy to play games. So that's us for today. I've been Christian.
I have been Sam. And thank you all for tuning in.
I've just realised our cameras have switched sides.
They've switched. When I switched the main background, it switched us, and I just thought I wouldn't correct it.
No, that was like threw me off a minute then. I was like, when did that happen? But that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time for a
Hellblade stream.
Hellblade
we'll
stream.
Be back early May,
where we will cover Hellblade, the original Hellblade, the way it plays, how unique it is as a game going into the new one. So we're going to do that just before the new game releases, so we can look at that to give people time to play it and ready for the release of the new one. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you soon for another one. Thank you for all your comments. Bye.
Bye.